motherfucking trailer. What is up, guys? Long time no talk. Oh boy, where do I even begin? Oh my god. Well, it's nice to see the mic is working, but I think I might be a little low, so sorry about that. I'll have to work those kinks out in the future. I can tell by looking at my thing that it's a little low, but we'll deal with that. As long as you can hear me, that's all that matters. You might just have to adjust the volume on your end. All right. So, we will obviously talk about Monarch's first episode today, which I didn't even know debut today. Like, I found out after I scheduled the stream, and then that's when I went and I adjusted the title and all that. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. I was like, oh damn, I knew it was coming out soon, but I didn't know it was today. So I actually watched it at work because Fridays is dead because usually everybody works remote, and then it was only me and one other person working, so it was pretty dead. Long day. Let me tell you something. It's funny how these things always happen when I stream, because there's always a good story to tell. So I'm going to start off with a story of something that happened to me today that just really annoyed me. So it was my job has a cafeteria. Food there is not all that great. I don't often eat there. If I either bring my lunch or I'll step out the campus and I'll go to like Subway. Usually I go to Subway. So, but today it was kind of wet outside. It was a little chilly. I was a little tired because I had gone to bed late the prior night. So I didn't want to go out driving around. And so I went downstairs and I'm like, the only thing they really serve here that's any good, I give them all the credit. They make great burgers and they make fantastic fries. But I didn't want that, because I had it like earlier in the week. So I'm like, you know what? My coworker, Malaysia, she always gets their pizza. She always says how good it is. So I said, all right, I'm going to get a pizza. I'll get a pizza. Now, they did some turnover in the cafeteria. So they have a lot of new people. And today they were shorthanded, which I'm okay with. I didn't, I knew it was going to take a little longer than normal, but I'm fine with that. I have a pretty good rapport with the people who do work there. I've actually gotten free lunches before. So I'm not going to sit there and I'll just sit, I'll chill. It's dead. There's no rush. My office is right upstairs. I'll be back in my seat in under 3 minutes. So I'm leaning on the little shelf there and I'm just waiting patiently, flipping through my phone. So there's this guy that I helped some time ago, right? Tall black guy, big dude, like 6'5", probably like at least approaching 400 pounds. Big dude. And I recognized him. I said, what's up? He said, what's up? So within 15 seconds, he starts complaining because it's taking too long. His order. He's like, I ordered my order 30 minutes ago and it's not here yet. And I'm starving and this and that. Now, I'm in no mood. I didn't get very much sleep. I'm a little cranky. And because I know the situation, I'm not going to complain. And I told him that. I said, well, they're a little shorthanded today and 2 of the 4 people back there are brand new. So, I mean, the guy who made my pizza I've never seen a pizza take so long. But anyway, again, just keeping it to myself. But this guy keeps on. And he just keeps on and keeps on and keeps on complaining. And finally I said, well, look, why don't you just show them the receipt and see if they got your, maybe there's a mistake. Maybe it didn't print out your order, because that happened to me once, trying to give him, good reason. Oh man, but I'm saying though, man, I ordered this shit 30 minutes ago. I'm fucking hungry. I gotta get back to work. At this point, I just feel like saying, shut the fuck up. Okay? Because it's not only that. It's not only the complaining. Take a look at yourself. All right? You're like me. You're a fat fuck. Okay? Now, I am a very self-aware fat person. Okay? There's just certain things as a fat person you do not do. One of the things you do not do as a fat person is stand in line at any eatery and bitch about A, your food being late, and B, being hungry. That is a fat person rule. You do not bitch about food. You have no right. You have no right as a fat person to bitch about anything related to food. Whether it's late, whether you're hungry, you shut the fuck up. Fat people have no right to complain about food. I know this as a fat person. Okay? You just don't do it. It's not becoming of you. It doesn't look good. It's not a good look. When I see other fat people complaining about food or being hungry or taking too long for their food to come, I am embarrassed for them because you are fat. You know what that means? That means if there was starvation going around in the world, you're the last motherfucker to die. You know why? Because you're fat. You have storage. You are literally a walking food pantry. Okay? When other people are starving and dying, and you literally have a self-storage device in your belly of food, you don't get the right to complain. I know this. Now, of course, there's also the chance that you could be the first to die. Why? Because all the starving motherfuckers are going to look at you and say, that dude's full of chops and steaks. Let's carve him up. But for the most part, you have such a storage of resources, you have no right to complain. So it just drove me crazy. And then to make matters worse, I got my pizza and I got a pepperoni and sausage. This is the first time in the history of all pizza I've ever eaten with pepperoni on it where the pepperoni was dry. You ever get a pepperoni pizza and it's so good because the pepperoni's baked in there, and when it comes out, it's a little crunchy, but it's got that pepperoni grease with the spices on it and all that? Yeah, this was dry as a whistle. And I'm like, where in the shit did this pepperoni come from that it's dry? So yeah, so that was my highlight today. Hearing another fat person complain about being hungry and his food being late. You got no right. Shut the fuck up and wait. You're not going to die of starvation. That's for sure. That's a guarantee. You're not going to die of starvation. Just fucking wait. And who the hell's in a rush to get back to work on a Friday when everybody's working remote? So yeah, just bad. Just bad. All right, so what has happened? Now, for those of you who don't know, I have been working since October of last year. So obviously, shortly after I started working, I think we did a stream or maybe one or two, and then boom, dropped off the face of the planet again. So get this shit, right? Before we get into all the entertainment-related stuff. So get this. This is what happened. Now, when I lost my job almost 2 years ago, and I was in a position where we had just gotten a house. We were about a year into the house. I had to call the mortgage company. I had to tell them this: I'm unemployed. I'm not sure what that means. Is there something we can work out? And they put me on what's called a mitigation plan. What this does is it takes your mortgage, it cuts it in half, and that's what you pay every month. And you're on it for however long. I think I was on it almost the whole time I was unemployed. Now, the catch to that is once you're employed again and you're back and you're off the mitigation program, you go back to paying your normal mortgage, but all those months where you only paid half, the other half that you didn't pay, you got to pay that back. Fine, no problem. So I knew my mortgage was going to go up simply for that alone. What they didn't tell me was what I was shocked to hear when I called to pull myself off the mitigation program. So I called them. I say, look, I'm working now. I want to get pulled off the program and I want to resume paying the mortgage and obviously work out to pay what I owe. You know, the halves, all those months where I only paid half, I want to, get that all worked out. These motherfuckers expected me to pay $27,000 up front. And I had 3 months to do it. Otherwise, goodbye house. And when they first told me this, I said, now, part of the mitigation program was you have to call every month and report your current employment status. Are you still unemployed? Do you still need the mitigation? So they knew I was unemployed this whole time. So I told the lady, I said, if I haven't been working for almost 2 years and now I'm working and I'm ready to work, how do you expect me to pay 27 grand when I couldn't even pay my full mortgage for the last 18 months? The lady says to me, I understand. That's it. That's all she said. Needless to say, to make a long story short, the last 4 months up until today, pretty much, was probably the most stress I've ever had in my entire life. Because I went from trying to figure out how I was going to come up with 27 grand to basically arguing with them on the phone with them like every other day, trying to work something out. Finally, they said, okay, well, we can do a monthly thing. I'm over here stressed out, losing sleep. I mean, all going off the wall. And now, after like 2 months, you tell me we can do a monthly plan? So anyway, basically all that means is they take a couple of $100 extra a month on top of my mortgage so I can start work. Because it's a 30-year mortgage. What's the rush? That's what I told them. I said, guys, I'm signed up for 30 years. What's the rush? Why do you need it all now? Like, I can just throw on like an extra $300-400 and let me just pay this shit over time. You're going to get your money one way or the other. So, yeah, but it was extraordinarily stressful because I really didn't have a solution. I wasn't going to ask my parents because my parents bailed me out several times while I was unemployed when things got really tight. And whatever money I had saved from a long time ago, that shit was gone. In the 18 months that I was unemployed, that shit was gone. All that money I had saved up, even after we had the house, we had money gone. Because, we still had to get groceries. Groceries was the biggest number one killer while I was unemployed. Like, the bills weren't so bad. You know what I mean? Like, but groceries, oh my God. That was the killer. Every week I would the prices at the grocery stores it was astronomical. It got to a point where I'm like, you know what? I'm like, we're going to have to start eating cheap bullshit, processed shit. It got that bad. Beautiful house, right? Fucking eating Spam and eggs. Well, I like Spam and eggs anyway, but you know what I mean? Like, I was buying, and Spam's not even all that cheap to begin with. Not anymore. It used to be. But yeah, it was pretty bad there. So for those 4 months, there's no way. And what's ironic too is I'm like, I should at least try to do some stuff because even though it's not a lot of money, every little bit's gonna help, right? But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. It would have been the worst 4 months of E.T.N you would have ever seen. The streams would have been dead. The videos would have been bland. It was just, And then, so that kind of calmed down around mid-January when we finally got our answer and we had to make our first payment of the 1st of March, actually, but I already took care of it. And then after that, I was like, okay, I want to do the YouTube thing. But I also had to come up, this is aside from YouTube, because YouTube, I'm never going to make money on YouTube that I would need to make, but I also needed to come up with a mitigation plan to avoid this ever happening again, because I work contractually. Contractually is not a guarantee. A job can end at any given moment. So I had a long talk with my wife around Christmas time about finding a way for me to make money. So that way, if this happens again, we don't have to. So I made probably a very big decision. So right out the gate, because I know some people might ask whether it's now or later or next time we stream or next video, any plans that I had for doing extracurricular activity on the channel is not happening. All those ideas, like the Godzilla thing, that's gone now because this other project that I've already invested almost $1,000 in is pretty much my whole focus because it's going to, if it goes well, it's pretty much going to put me in a position where I have an alternate income should this happen again. And if it really goes well, then I may not have to work for somebody else ever again. I can work for myself. I'm still in the early phases of it, but when I'm ready to show you, I will show you. Right now, I'm currently writing a script for it. And I'm waiting to the end of this current chapter before I officially begin the next phase of what this project is. And I think you guys are going to get a kick out of it, but I will share it. You know what I mean? I will share it definitely, but it has nothing to do with the channel. It's not monster kaiju related, none of that stuff. This is totally off the cuff. Not something I haven't thought of before, but it's something that I'm capable of doing by myself, which is important, but it's going to take a lot of work. So now, as far as the channel goes, right now, the number one priority for me, if I'm going to continue to be able to do content here, other than live stream, is finding an editor, because there's no way I'm going to have time to edit my own videos. So I'm currently in discussions with an editor who's going to take a portion of this stream. It's going to kind of show me what he can do. And then if we can agree on a reasonable price, then we're good to go. But if not, it's going to be touch and go, guys. Honestly, it may be more streams than anything else. And that's kind of where we're at. So. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, if you're editing, definitely reach out to me. Give me an idea of your rates, you know, because that's really the key, right? So, and I get it. Editing, I've done it. So obviously, it's time consuming. I get it, and that's one of the reasons I need one. It's just some of these editors out there were charging such large amounts, and I get it, you know, but I can't pay that much. So this guy is gonna hopefully give me a decent rate. You know, he I think he's gonna work with me, but we'll see. We'll see if we can find something we can agree on. I'm only looking for editing anywhere between 1 to 3 videos. You know, 1 to 3 solid videos that I want to have good presentation. And any other videos I'll do, I'm just going to do talking head shit. I'm just going to go back to doing it old school and not worry about it and just do content. That's really the most important thing. So, yeah, editing, I like doing it, but it's time consuming. And I certainly don't have that kind of time anymore to do it, especially with what I'm working on now that I want to do to try and mitigate this from ever happening again. In terms of losing a contract, then being back on unemployment, and then I don't even know if they let me go on mitigation another time. I doubt it. So I really need to find another source of income to back me up. All right. Believe me, I miss you guys too. Trust me. But I'm telling you right now, when you're in the situation that I was in, the amount of stress and for a little while there, like no hope, like I really thought, man, what a loser I am. I just bought this house and I'm going to lose it in under 2 years. Like it was not in a good place. There's no way.
You are one awesome motherfucker.
There's no way I could have done
bitchy
content.
Bitch tipped $13.37.
The big bitchy
Holy
bitch.
shit, Rob. God, I need a cigarette after hearing this shitstorm. Fucking itchy balls, my ass. Fuck.
Thanks for the 13, the itchy bitchy bitch. I think that was. But yeah. And I even considered restarting my YouTube channel, E.T.N, just starting it from the beginning, because I'm even hearing now that the way the algorithm works, you're actually better off if you have a channel that's been as inconsistent as mine. They say you're actually better off to starting a new one than trying to rehash. So I'm going to see. I don't know. I might consider that. So maybe after a couple of streams and I get you guys together here and we'll start with you core guys to build a new channel and just go from there. Back on track. You still playing? Planning Friday night streams? Yeah, that's the goal. And Saturdays as well. The only time I won't do Saturdays is if there's a wrestling event. That's become like a thing with me and the kids. And tomorrow's Elimination Chamber. So, but yeah, I think Fridays and Saturdays. And then Saturdays, the only days I won't do Saturdays is if there's a wrestling event, because my son really likes it. My daughter's into it now. She likes watching it. So me and the kids, we spend all day Saturday. We make a big day of it. My son puts in his order for the menu. I go out and I either cook on the grill and stuff like that. I make a big spread that I cook early, so dinner and lunch are served in one shot. And then we sit down and we watch a wrestling event and we have fun, and then boom, and that's that. Yeah, Rob Talks would have a lot of I was considering starting an alternate channel not related to entertainment. I'm still thinking about it because I love the alien stuff, and that's such a hot topic now that I'm just like itching to talk about it. So don't be surprised if I kick off like a UFO type channel. Don't be surprised. Oh, I heard about the car crash. So what, is he okay though? Yeah, Vince McMahon. Yeah, I heard about the car crash, but I didn't read the details. So like, was he drunk? Is he hurt? Is he on a deathbed? Is he fine? Nah, even if I start a new channel, I'll still do this. All right, but you guys are not going to believe this, because another reason I'm excited to kind of get back into doing the channel, you'll never believe this. I am actually super, super excited for movies this year. I haven't been this excited for movies in a long time. And I'm going to go over a list of the movies I'm excited for. I have the list right here. Well, a list of movies, but I'm going to mention which ones I'm excited for. But yeah, there's movies that I'm actually going to go to the theater to see. No joke. No joke. Actually going to go to the movies to see them. So let me pull this up here so I can go over them. In no particular order, I just pulled up all the releases of this year's, and I'm going to pick out the ones that I'm really, really interested in watching. So, well, of course, Godzilla Minus Zero is up there. If you do a new channel, be careful of the copyright system. Well, I think with a UFO channel, I'm not planning on. I mean, there's not going to be any copyrighted claim stuff on there. Like, I don't even know how I'm going to go about doing it. Like, I don't know if I want to do like a discussion / checking out footage, like UFO footage from Twitter and the internet. That seems to be pretty popular, but sourcing all those videos could take time. And again, time is an issue. It's just going to be purely hobby. I love talking about it. So I'm going to talk about it. And then anybody who engages, that'll be fun. So I don't think I'm going to make it too intense. I think I'm going to make it pretty straight and simple. Like, I'm not going to over, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not going to encumber myself with worrying too much about, I want this channel to hit 200,000 subscribers and I got to do this and this and this and the algorithm. I'm just going to open my mic, open my camera and talk, and that's it. And whatever happens, happens. Yeah, I know. That's big. Do a meme Sasquatch hunt. No, you guys is really. It's going to be UFO. It's not going to be paranormal or cryptochronology. It's going to be strictly UAPs and aliens. So, all right. The first movie I'm looking forward to. Now, I am going to tell you what my number one most anticipated film is, but I'm going to go over the list. And when I get to that one, I'll tell you, hey, this is my number one. But my first one that I'm looking forward to this year, Project Hail Mary. It looks so good. And I love the little geode alien, and I'm so excited for this movie. You have no idea. I haven't been this excited for a sci-fi movie in a long time. You guys know, obviously, that's the movie with, what's that guy's name again? Damn it. I think I have it here. Hold on. Yeah, Ryan Gosling. So he's like the last hope to find another system, or I believe another planet for the human race or something like that. So that is one movie I'm definitely looking forward to. And that's supposed to be coming out, I believe, in later in March 20th. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. We'll do a review. We'll do a live stream about it. I'm at that one for sure. So yeah, definitely gonna check out Project Hail Mary later in March when it drops. This one I know I'm going to the theater for because it's mainly for my son, but I did enjoy the first movie, and I'm kind of looking forward to the second one, which is the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So that'll be fun because I'll be going with my son. I'll probably go with my daughter, and it'll be nice to see the sequel. I think they did a good job with the first movie, and I'm looking forward to the second one. So yeah, Super Mario Galaxy, which that one comes out in April. So look, boom, 2 months. I don't think I've been to the movies 2 months in a row in forever. So those are two movies right out the gate. Early coming out soon that I'm going to check out. The Michael Jackson biopic. Yeah, that I definitely want to see. I like biopics. Obviously, it depends on who it's about. The last one that I saw that I really enjoyed was Bohemian Rhapsody. I thought that was really good. But yeah, I definitely want to see the Michael Jackson one. I kind of want to see how they portray him in this film and some of the more controversial topics. Like I want to see if they're going to lean on some of the conspiracies or if they're going to kind of try and protect his image. You know, I'm sure the truth is somewhere in the middle, but we'll never really know. So I don't know if I'm going to see this next movie in the theater, but I'm leaning towards it because I did like the first one, and I think the second one's going to be better, but that's Mortal Kombat 2. So Carl Urban's in it. I really like Carl Urban, and I kind of feel like I want to see this one in the theater. I didn't see the first one in the theater. But yeah, Mortal Kombat 2, it's 50-50 because there's so many movies I want to see this year that I kind of want to prioritize. Movies are expensive, so I can't go too nuts. But yeah, I definitely want to see Mortal Kombat 2. If I don't get to see it in the theaters, it's not because I thought it would be shit. It's just simply because I had to make some tough choices. What else? Oh, and by the way, if I don't mention a movie, it's not because I forgot about it. It's because it doesn't interest me enough to go to the movies to check it out. Masters of the Universe. I gotta go see this. I grew up watching He-Man. It was one of the first toys that my parents got me as a kid. It was right around the time, I was watching He-Man, Transformers. Later on, Thundercats came out, stuff like that. So I definitely got to go check out He-Man. That's for sure. All right. Of course, Disclosure Day. Steven Spielberg's back, baby. What more could you ask for? An alien movie and Steven Spielberg is at the helm? Chef's kiss. Got to be in the theater for that one. So I'm definitely going to check that out. That comes out in June. So, woo, I'm excited for that one. But believe it or not, it's not my number one most anticipated movie. We'll keep going. All right. Let me see. What else? I think we are coming upon, yes, right here. This is my number one most anticipated movie of the year. Directed by the man himself, Christopher Nolan, The Odyssey. Fuck yes. I cannot wait to see this movie. I'm so fucking excited for this movie. You have no idea. I want to see The Odyssey so bad. Oh my God. I got goosebumps just thinking about it. I cannot wait to see The Odyssey. No idea. I'm going to be there day one. I might even take the day off of work and catch the first showing. Whatever it takes. But when The Odyssey drops, I am fucking there. I am there for The Odyssey. All the way. All the way. Oh my God, yep. There's a few more here. Obviously, Godzilla Minus Zero. But I don't know if we're going to get that ourselves here. Is there any comfort? Are we getting that this year here in the States? Or is it coming out in Japan later this year and we get it early next year? I would assume we're getting it this year because Godzilla Godzilla X Kong Supernova comes out next March. So November 6th in the US? Okay, good. Perfect. That's good. That's good. I'm happy about that. I'm very happy about that. Finally, well, there's two more. One of them is up in the air. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna probably lean more towards streaming when it comes out on stream. But if I'm feeling up to it, if I'm feeling good, I might go check out Street Fighter in the theaters. Not sure yet. It looks like it's gonna be cheesy, but I think that's what they're aiming for. I mean, they have Adam Schultz playing Dan. Like, what? What the fuck? So I don't know. I might go see that in theater. We'll see. We'll see. It's definitely a maybe for me, leaning more towards streaming. But I might be in such a good mood with all these good movies this year that I might just say, hey, let's go have some fun. And then finally, this is their chance to win me back. Even though the story has not been set up, even though they've been an epic fail for the last 5 years, the X-Men are coming. They're going to be in Doomsday. I'm going to go see Doomsday. I want to see the X-Men done right. Now, that's not to say Fox was all that bad. Most of the X-Men movies were not good, but they had some bangers there. But if there's anyone who's going to know how to treat the X-Men, it's going to be Marvel. And I want to see how they set this all up. I got to see how they set it all up. So I will be at the theaters for Avengers Doomsday later this year in hopes that Marvel can win me back. All they got to do is do the X-Men right. That's all they have to do. Now, look, I know Avengers Doomsday is a nostalgia bait. You know, Cap is coming back. I know that Robert Downey Jr. is coming back as Doom or whatever. I know there's going to be nostalgia bait there. I'm not going to let that be the thing to win me back. What has to win me back is how the X-Men are portrayed, how they're treated, and how they're set up for the future. Because I know for a fact that the X-Men is going to be Marvel's new focus after this next set of Avengers movies. It's going to be the X-Men. And there are so many good X-Men stories that have been in the comics for years. And I'm so hopeful and so excited that they do these stories right. There's no need to go back to the well. We've seen Magneto and Xavier's origins several times. Okay? There are a lot of good stories they can get to. All right? You got the House of M. Okay? You have the Inferno with the Goblin Queen. You got Mr. Sinister that they haven't even brought into the fold yet. I mean, you got the New Mutants. You can, and I've heard rumors that they're going to start working on Midnight Suns, which, I mean, would just be fucking epic. If they do Midnight Suns and they do X-Men and they do it right, I'm a Marvel stan once again. I will be, but I have to hope. Now, I'm not expecting Doomsday to be that good. I'm really not. I'm not going there expecting to be won over by the movie. I want to see the X-Men in Doomsday and in Secret Wars and see how it derives going forward. I'm hopeful because while I was fairly satisfied and happy with what Fox did with some of the X-Men movies, now they're in the hands of the original creators. Marvel cannot fuck this up. The X-Men have some of the best stories in Marvel Comics. The best. My only fear is that if they tell some of the hardcore stories that have been in the X-Men, I fear that people are going to take that for being woke, because some of the X-Men stories, especially some of the more really compelling stories, have to do with some shade of racism, but except of black and white or whatever, it's human and mutant, you know? So, you know how people have a tendency to kind of look at things and automatically just jump to conclusions when these are stories that have been established way before this stupid shit started. So that is my movie list. This is the first time in many years that I have been this excited for a movie year. But there are some really good looking movies coming out, and I gotta be there for that. Hold on a second. Yeah. Oh, well, that's you though. That's not. I'm not looking forward to that. My son, Olin, come here. My son's looking forward to the back rooms. Show me your hair. His camera's right there.
It's kind of puffy a little bit, but I think it's all right. I like it personally.
No, it looks good.
All right.
All right.
Enjoy the rest of your stream.
Thank you. Which one's going to be the highest growth? It's probably going to be Doomsday, but I'll tell you right now, it wouldn't shock me if it's the Odyssey. I also think Disclosure. I think the three that have the best chance to be the highest grossing is Odyssey, Doomsday, and Disclosure Day. Those are the ones I think have a chance to be the number one movie of the year in terms of gross revenue. What's that grown-ass man doing in your house? I know, right? I think he's getting close to my height. Yeah, he's not even 13 yet. He'll be 13 on the 7th of March. Not even an official teenager. This kid looks like he's 16. It's fucking nuts how old Olin is getting, and yet we all look the same. What the fuck? Yeah, he certainly. Well, he was overdue. For the longest time, he was small. Like, we knew he'd have a growth spurt at one point, and it came. And he went from sounding like this, and no, he sounds like this. He's got little chest hair. He's got a little peach fuzz around here already. Cracking the armpit hair, so now he's going to be boofing. Gonna have to buy him like a lifetime supply of deodorant. What do I think the Michael movie will do? You know, that, it's funny, didn't even think of that, but that could be a sleeper too. I mean, Michael Jackson's one of the most, he's the king of pop, always and ever. So it would not surprise me if that's one of the highest grossing movies of the year, if not the highest. Oh my God, yeah, I remember that too. That was years ago. Well, not that many years ago, but damn, I'm 25 and I look like I'm between 17 and 20. Yeah. He's like an Elon Musk X-rocket of growth. Iron Lung. Why does that movie sound familiar? I've heard of the movie, but I don't remember what it was about. But I didn't see it. You know what I rewatched just recently? Like, literally finished the last season like earlier today after I got home from work because I only had 2 episodes left. Breaking Bad. I hadn't watched Breaking Bad since 2014. 2015 was the last time I watched it. Still a very good show. But you know what I really noticed this time around watching it? Because there were a lot of things I forgot. I did not like Walt the whole show. I did not like him. He was my least favorite character. It's amazing. Which, when you really look at it, makes sense. I mean, he was a dick. He was a dick. And probably my number one favorite character was Mike. I mean, I liked Mike the first time around, but I liked him a lot better this time around. Never really really got into Breaking Bad. Oh, yeah, you don't know what you're missing. However, I will tell you, it is tough to get by the first few episodes. Like, really, it really starts to hit its stride towards the end of season 1 going into season 2, and then from that point forward, it doesn't stop. It's like Better Call Saul. I gave up on Better Call Saul after like 4 episodes, but I'm starting to watch it again because I've never watched the whole show. So now I'm kind of looking forward to it, knowing that I just got Breaking Bad fresh off the mind. I'm going to start watching this one. Did I finish? Well, I finished Breaking Bad the first time I watched it, and then I just finished watching it again for the first time in like 11 years. No, don't spoil Better Call Saul. I'm gonna start watching a couple episodes tonight before I go to bed. I can't watch that many though. I got to take Mason to the groomer tomorrow. Oh, by the way, Mason got fixed. So one of the things that I first did when I got my job was I took care of my dogs. So both of them have been getting groomed. Both of them, well, Raven's fine, but Mason was overdue to get fixed. So he got fixed recently. He had a big ass cone on his head. He's doing good. He got all his shots. His vet bill was like $700. Not only was it needed for the surgery, but he had a bunch of shots he was so overdue for. Oh yeah, no puppies anymore. Mason's well over 2 years old, and Raven just turned 5. So I wouldn't be surprised if you end up liking Better Call Saul better than Breaking Bad. I've heard people say that they like it better, so I'm looking forward, which says a lot because, like I said, the first few episodes for Better Call Saul were a little bit of a grind to get through. But I heard that once you get up to like episode 6 or 7, it really starts to pick up. So I'm gonna try and get through that. I've seen El Camino already. Yeah, I saw El Camino, but that was okay. That was more like a prologue, like, I mean, I like Aaron Paul. Is that his name? Yeah, Aaron Paul. In fact, if you guys haven't played Dispatch, he does the voice for the main character in that game. Very fun game too, if you like narrative games, because it's mainly narrative. Let me see. I'll call Mason over. Mason, man. He's more likely to come over than Raven. Raven doesn't really. I call Raven. She just ignores me. Mason, man. Hey, buddy. Come here. Everybody wants to say hi. Come here. Sit. It's a good boy. Look at you, Mason, man. Oh, you're all slobbery. The fuck? What is with you slobbering all the time? This guy's slobber. Come here. Oh, I call him and you come too, huh? Oh, and she cuts right in front of him. Now they're both. Now, if you notice the back of my fat ass is blocking the camera, but if I wasn't sitting here, my room's a mess. And you know why it's a mess? These two fuckers. So they don't like the fact that I'm not home all day. They were so used to me being home for so long. I get mouthed off when I leave in the morning, and I get mouthed off when I leave. All cooing and woo, and like don't leave type shit. They block me. They literally block me. They body block me from going to the door. Then when I get home, I usually have to like go to the bathroom and I want to change. They body block me from going upstairs, and then I'll come down and they're both in my room waiting for me, and they both sit right here. And their hair's all over the fucking place. Raven chewed up my Captain America, right, Raven? You took Captain America. You took your anger out on Captain America. Remember my little Captain America I used to have in the background? Yeah, Raven chewed that fucker up. Oh, and she killed Mothra. Yeah. My little Mothra I used to have perched up on my Godzilla figure. Yeah, gone. She chewed it up. She said, fuck Mothra and fuck Captain America. Oh, and she just burped. Raven the Hydra agent. They grab her by the paws. Hell, Hydra. What is my most requested cameo in Avengers Doomsday? Someone that I think it's hard for me to get excited for a cameo because it sounds like everyone's in the fucking movie. I don't know. Captain Marvel would be a surprise. Not a pleasant one. But if she's in the movie, I'd be shocked. You don't need these, Dad. Nope. No, she ate them up. And then she started like she was definitely lashing out for a long time because I come home and there'd be ripped paper. Um, she chewed up some of my figures. Yeah, I had to put most of my baseball cards away because this, especially considering some of the hits I got recently. Like I got a James Wood rookie card autographed. In fact, I can show you. Hold on. I actually still have it out, but I have it elevated so she can't reach it. Oh. But yeah, it's my James Wood. Let's see here. And it's numbered. I think it's out of 500. So there's only 500 of these. And I got one. No, I haven't graded it yet, but that's why I have it in this this kind of sleeve, because I know that they say when you grade it to they want you to put it in these sleeves here, these wide ones, so that way it's easier to take out. So yeah, there were a couple of hits that I got too. Let me see here. There was a couple of rookie cards. Knocking them over now. Yeah, this is my other James Wood rookie card. This is a Tops Now. Have it in a jewel case. He was like the hot rookie for last year. This year, the hot rookie is God, I can't remember his name. I think he's from the Guardians. But also, I'm a huge Mets fan, so I have a lot of highly rated Nolan McLean cards, which is the rookie pitcher for the Mets, as well as Jonah Tong and Carson Bench. Yeah. Thoughts on Dragon Ball Super Remake and the Galactic Arc? What? I knew that at some point they were going to bring back Dragon Ball because I know the manga, they've gone through a couple of sagas already ever since the Tournament of Power. So I actually read them all because I got impatient and I wanted to know the story. So I know that there's I think there's I don't know if I think Granola is first, then it's Moro, then after Moro is this other I forget his name. But I think it's Granola, Moro, and then one more enemy. And then last I remember, they left off on Frieza showing up and kicking the shit out of Goku and Vegeta. So Moro was first? Okay. Well, Cell Max was Dragon Ball superhero, wasn't he? Oh yeah, definitely Reese. Because like I said, I got more over there. Actually, so my wife had gotten me this hobby box. This was the mega box. I got a lot of good hits in here. Um, Mostly the player I wanted, which was Nolan McLean. Like some of these cards here are like good. They're good rarities, but the players are not that great, so they're not really going to be worth much. But maybe I'll sell them on eBay just to get a couple of bucks for people who are fans of them. But you could tell by like the gold one there for Atlanta, it's a good rarity card, but it's Jerickson Profar, so it's like whatever. Jerickson Profar, like who gives a shit? I know that sounds terrible. He's a good player, don't get me wrong, but these cards right here. And we'll get into the Monarch season 1 in a few minutes. Let me see if I can find it. Like this right here, depending on how this player does, this was a relic card for a rookie from the A's that I got in this box. So that piece of cloth there is like it's supposed to be game worn, although I don't believe it is. Okay, that's my Jonah. That's my Nolan. That's my other Nolan. That's my other Nolan. That's my other Nolan. Yeah. Yeah, so I've been on a Nolan McLean hunt and it's been going well. So these are some of my Nolan McLean Midnight Vanisher.
At Midnight Vanisher sponsored the channel.
So I got the Nolan McLean base rookie card and the foil rookie card. So this is the base, because you guys know I'm a Mets fan, right? Then this is the foil, the rainbow foil. So I got 2 of those rookie cards for him. Then I got the 75th anniversary 1990s parallel non-foil, but it's a parallel because it's a different pose from the base card. And it's on the 1990s design of Topps baseball cards, Noah McLean. So it's another rookie card of him. Then I got that same card, another parallel where he's in a different pose, but this one's a hollow foil. And that's this one right here. I got all 4 of those in that one box. So God, and they're all rookie cards. So God definitely, and then that's not all. I got his Topps Now call-up card from last season when he got called up. So yeah, I'm going hard for Nolan McLean because I think he's going to be a star. And then I got my Jonah Tong base rookie card, which is also Mets. We'll see how he does. I'm not as confident in him, but yeah, I like doing my little card collection thing. Really enjoy collecting them again. But it's pricey. So like so far for the new season, this is the first and only box I've gotten. I haven't gotten any more because, I buy them when I can. I also got an autographed rookie card from this Marlins rookie. I forget his name, but he's supposed to be pretty highly touted, so I'll keep an eye on him. But yeah. So that was a Valentine's Day for my gift, from my wife. You got me that box, which is like $200. All right, let's talk about Monarch Season 2, Episode 1, which released today. Our scorecard, no, Topps has a monopoly on the market now. Any baseball cards you get from other companies are not official. So what you'll do is you'll see the players, but you won't see their team logos. They'll just wear their color. It's pretty sad. Yeah, they have I think there's supposed to be another company that's supposed to get rights to MLB, but I don't remember which one it was. All right, so Monarch Season 2, Episode 1. I liked it. In fact, I got to give him some credit. I thought it was much more action-packed than I was expecting. I do like that they didn't drag out Shaw. Like, you know how like sometimes if a character's coming back, like, he's not dead and stuff, but they kind of drag it out a couple episodes before they rescue him. I like the fact that that's what they did right out the gate. But I also like how they linked that to the escape of this new Titan X, right? One of the things I said on Facebook, I I like that the actress who plays Kate seems a little bit more likable so far. While I understood some of her gloom last season, I kind of feel like it was a little too heavy-handed. I get it. Your dad's been missing, and then you find out he has a secret life, and then you find out you have a brother you never knew about. Again, that's a lot to take in. But there were times where she was just insufferably depressing. Like, all right, look, let's not get crazy here. All right, you only missed your dad for a year. It's not like you've been missing him since you were a child. Okay, let's take it easy. Wait, I didn't see it. Well, I can't just wait for you. Just leave the stream. We'll come back later. So I like the fact that she seemed a little bit more, I don't know if relatable is the right word, but just not as gloom and doom. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't all that bad. I still don't understand how they had to make her a character. Made her a cheater. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Shock value, maybe, they were going for. She did piss Kong off at the end. I did like that scene where they were walking through the jungle and they run into Kong sleeping. And then they're trying to sneak by him. And then he turns over to sleep on his back. And it looks like the hand crushes her, but she kind of made it through the web of, like, right there to his finger. Oh, that looked inappropriate. My bad. But yeah, I thought the first episode was really good. It was a much better start. I can't believe they killed off, God, what's her face? And you know what else I like? The dynamic that Apex and Monarch are kind of reluctantly working together. That is really interesting. I want to see how they're going to play that up. I wonder if there's a fallout between the two companies, which is what leads Simmons to look for. Like, obviously, Monarch wants to find all the monsters and kind of like preserve them. And while that looks like a good thing on the surface, they seem to be, obviously, they're very shady. And I wonder if a lot of dealings with Monarch is what motivates Simmons to build Mechagodzilla. And even though in the movie he's portrayed like a bad guy, I wonder if the show's going to portray that differently to try and give it some nuance. Yeah, Verdugo. Yeah, she got nailed. I can only hope this show gives us a logical reason for Godzilla attacking Japan before King of the Monsters. Yeah, I've heard that. We're going to have to see how it plays out. It doesn't make any sense at all, really, when you think about it. Who else was thinking Ghidorah when they were flying through the storm? Like, I know it wasn't him, but the lightning was kind of yellow, and I was like, ooh. But, obviously it wasn't Ghidorah, so. Now, Sally Hawkins got it. Well, they both got it bad, but Sally Hawkins got eaten. I'm worried they might break continuity. Nothing to worry about. They did it already. They done break continuity a long time ago. And not for nothing, even though I know what Titan X looks like and obviously a very unique creature, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of him, I kind of got Biollante vibes when they first showed him, and he was kind of slowly warping into the real world. Well, Axis Mundi's real. But even the roar, like, I got a lot of Biollante vibes from that, even though I know it's not Biollante. But yeah, I do find it interesting that Apex is still trying to recruit May. I gotta go back and watch season 1, but I thought that was over and done with. The fact that they still wanted to work there, I have to understand why. Like, I don't remember what happened at the end of season 1, but I thought that was a done deal, but apparently not. They still want her. So much so that we find out that one of the reasons Apex got involved with Monarch to open up the portal was because Apex wants May back. So that's kind of Timu Biollante. So I thought that was pretty, I thought it was a really good first episode, much better than last year's first episode. And last year, I think we all agree it was a bookend show, right? Like, the early part of the show and the late part of the show were good. It was the middle that was a big slog, especially with that one episode. Which one was it? where we found out I guess Kate is gay, right? Her lover or something like that. And we were all like rolling our eyes and shit. Like, oh God. Aquatic biolatone. I can't believe you guys are still saying that. Biolatone. So speaking of which, how has Mr. God, what's his name again? I can't remember his name. Shit. That's how long I've been out the game. The guy that's been speaking about Space Godzilla since like 1800s. What's his fucking name again? Warstu. Yeah, that's him. So he must feel really good about himself. I guess turns out that Space Godzilla is, I guess, all but confirmed. Like I guess there was a trademark or something, and then they deleted the trademark, which basically means he's there. That bat-like monster that shoots lightning out. Forgot the name of it. Hope we see more of that monster. You know, for a second when I saw him, I thought it was Kamazot's, like a small version of him. Because they're in, what, 2017? And I think Kamazot's happens right after King of the Monsters. Oh, is that a baby Ion Dragon? Oh, so there's more of them. Okay. Oh, it's called a Psycho Vulture. All right, one thing I'll give Toho over America in these movies, Toho comes up with such better names. Psycho Vulture. What was the name? Didn't Warbat have another name? They didn't call him Warbat in the movie. They called him something else. What was it? What was the name they gave Warbat? Nazuki. Ah, that's okay. That's not so bad. Nazuki, yeah. Nazuki, okay. Toys R Us ass names, yeah. You got to be more direct. You can't put Gabara. Kids are gonna be like, "What's a Gabara?" You know. Hey, look, I still don't know what's a Gabara, but I'll go with it. That's his name. I mean, you know, you think about it. What is our name? Like, what is a Robert? You know what I mean? It's a name. It's okay. But I will say, I thought the first episode was, and a lot of monster stuff, right? I didn't expect to see that much monster stuff in the first episode. Hey, did anyone else think when they went to the bar? First of all, I want to say this. Maybe it's just me, but when they got to that town and they're walking through and it's all quiet and people are staring at them and you could tell it's like a sea, like a fishing village. Anybody else get fucking like Justice League vibes when Batman first tries to go look for Aquaman? I was half expecting the Norwegian chicks to start coming out and singing the Mothra song, like they sang to Aquaman. I was like, why am I getting Aquaman Justice League vibes when they're in this town? A little, yeah. I said, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, but I'll mention it on stream. I want to see if anybody else got it. But yo, check this out. When they went into the bar and they looked above the bar, didn't that look like the Laos? Like, it didn't look like the one from Godzilla 84. But when I saw it, I thought about the Laos from Godzilla 84. I was like, oh shit, it even had a similar tail. A little, right? Yeah, a little bit. But for some reason, I'm just saying, like, when I saw that part, I got, oh shit, that looks like, I know it's not meant to be. It's not even a louse, but it just gave me those vibes when I saw it. Like little things like that. And if Legendary does that going forward, where they do things differently, but just enough that you're like, oh, that reminds me of, I like that. Oh yeah, he did? Yeah, so I'm not good. I even like that little jump scare they threw in there when Shaw was in the pod, and then the monster popped out of nowhere that was like kind of attacking him. Rob, you think the show is hinting at Kate and May will be a couple? I hope not. Plus, I mean, you got to think about Kentaro, right? Because Kentaro used to smash that. Like, do you really want to put your mouth where your brother's dick was? I mean, you really think about it. It's kind of gross. You know, like they have their first little intimate and she's going to munch on that carpet and there's a little bit of Kentaro left over. I don't know, man. I don't know. Go from being Monarch Legacy of Monsters to a Pornhub video. Just wouldn't be right. It just wouldn't be right. Yeah, I heard they were doing that, and I'm all for it. Look, until the season proves otherwise, I think we can all agree that everything in the past is better, right? Now, here's something else I thought about too, because this is something they kind of set up last season, and obviously they're going to go more into it this season. But Shaw and what was her name, Kaiko, had to have an affair. And I have a feeling one of those kids, I have a feeling Kate's father might be Shaw's son. I just don't know, man. I'm getting this feeling like something goes down. Because, come on. I mean, you guys see it too, right? They had to have an affair at some point. They're just too into each other. Whole family of cheaters, grandma, Dio, and daughter. Grandma, dad, and daughter, yeah. They keep this shit up, they're going to have to make a Monarch version of Love Island. And then at that point, whose legacy does it become? Right? I mean, when you think about it, Shaw does kind of have a strong attachment with Kate in a very short span of time. Like, Shaw knows something. Like, that might be his granddaughter. I mean, it makes sense when you really think about it. Think about this, right? If Randa, of course, being with her, obviously they'd be intimate, try and have kids, of course. But if Shaw did smash it, which I believe he did, he's got the evolutionary edge. He's a soldier. He's full of testosterone. His sperm count's going to be stronger. He's going to be able to shoot further. Randa is a nerd. Looks like he was one of the first dudes to eat soy. Not a very strong stream. Didn't reach the egg. Look, I'm just stating facts here, right? He's a Russell, right? Tango and Cash that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Even though that was his dad, but you know what I mean. I don't know, man. Something big is there. I don't know if Randa got the kids, man. And he's dead now, so, you know, it's all right. They might as well just come out with it. And come on, she seemed very worried about him. She has not mentioned her husband once. Think about that. Think about it. We just got back, episode 1. Well, she might have. Maybe I didn't hear it. But to me, she looked more like she was concerned for Shaw. Did she even ask about Randa yet? Did she even ask about her husband yet? Right? Right? She did last season? Okay. All right. But she done forgot about him pretty quick, man. She's still all about that Shaw. She all about that Shawshank redemption. She want the shank. She want the redemption. Oh, man. Yeah, that might happen. What if they found like his
awesome
bones?
Motherfucker. Alex Sawyer tipped $6.90. Wait, Robin season 1 didn't Keiko already show her son to Wanda confirming she got preggoed prior to meeting Shaw and Panda?
Did she? Oh, see, that's why I don't remember. I got to go back and watch. Yeah, we do see the boneyard. You're right. Oh, you know what I thought was a cool shot? First of all, big shout out to the boat, the Monarch boat. That shit was dope. At least they have a new like thing that we haven't seen yet from Monarch. Monarch got their own yacht. But what I like is as they're showing the yacht going, no, it wasn't the yacht. It was the speedboat, I think, going through the water as they were heading towards the island. And they show like the big crab monsters on the mountain. That was dope. I like that. Good shot there. I love that. Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's a lot of Randa there because remember, he was at Skull Island before he died. Like, remember the first episode of season 1 when he leaves the message for his grandkids? Right? So he's been there quite a few times. So there has to be some remnants of what he left behind. Or what about the people on the island? Are they going to run into the people on the island and they're going to confirm that he was there? Right? A lot of shit. Yeah, in Kong Skull Island when he got eaten by remember the camera was going off in the Skullcrawler's stomach? Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, but they're on the island, right? No, you're right. He didn't mention the Iwi in the tape. But what I'm saying is he did meet them. And that has to count for something, right? I mean, I know they don't talk English. It's not like they're going to roll up and be like, yo, your boy was here a couple of months ago. He got his ass eaten. Sorry about that. He did get the money shot. He ran like he was chased by Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good season. I kind of like, from the trailers, the way they popped off this first episode. You know that Titan X monster is going now. Is that the official name, Titan X? Right? Is that what they're calling it? Well, he finds out that Shaw nailed his wife. He goes on a binger and puts on a lot of weight. It's possible you gain weight fast. You could gain 200 pounds in a year, let alone 10. So it's feasible. Yeah, he looked at him and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Oh, did she actually give him a name? I'm gonna have to go back and watch. Like I said, I watched it at work, so the audio I didn't like. I heard the show, but I had to keep one ear open in case somebody needed help. So I may not have heard as clearly. I'm gonna have to watch it again just to be sure. The leaks of Supernova, if they're legit, make the movie sound way more stupid than anything. So how recent are these leaks? I don't think I've even read any Supernova leaks. How many leaks are out there? Like what's the big leak? Like what's the one that everybody's like, "Whoa." I don't think Legendary will ever do a multiple movie with one monster villain because I don't think they really planned that far ahead. I think their choices to make a sequel are based on the prior movie's success. I don't think they have, I mean, I think they have ideas jotted down and some stuff like in the bank just in case. But for the most part, these scripts aren't written until after the fact. El Grandios de la Mar. Kong wearing a full set of mech armor. It's too stupid. There was a test screening. I'm still waiting for the trailers of toys to finally prove if Space Godzilla is really good. Everybody seems convinced that he's in the movie based on that trademark leak. I mean, I'll believe it when I see it, but I guess if there was a trademark leak and then they wiped it, plus the whole Matthew Modine thing. One was a fake release of Space Godzilla setting up a Galactus type Titan. Oh boy. Kong apparently gets an exosuit. Rodan and Mothra are not in the movie. Well, Rodan doesn't surprise me. He hasn't been in a movie in a while, but Mothra is a little surprising considering she was in the last movie. Space Car King. Space Godzilla gonna kidnap Zuko next movie? Oh, please no. The leaks say Space Godzilla is the villain, but he's a herald to a bigger threat, some kind of Unicron space monster, but I'm holding all judgment until the trailer drops. Do they even talk about how Space Godzilla comes to be? Like, does he literally come from space? Or is it that they're calling him Space Godzilla, but he's from the Hollow Earth? Any specifications on that? Oh no, Midnight Vanisher, Childish Landino has all your answers for leaks, Rob. I don't think he's ever heard of a woman. I don't mean to laugh because I love Childish, but I think that calls for
Mike.
Oh, wrong one. I think that calls for yeah. That was pretty funny. He's from space. He's called Space Godzilla. Thank you, Trooms. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory, right? I asked Michael why it's easier for oil drillers to become astronauts than astronauts becoming oil drillers. I have a feeling this movie is going to be the end of it all. Shame because Destroyer should have gotten his time to shine over stupid Space Godzilla. I'm not going to lie. If it turns out Space Godzilla is not in this movie, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh so hard. One is a meteor hitting Godzilla and turning him into Space Godzilla. So one leak says that Godzilla essentially turns into Space Godzilla. So who stops him? Kong? In an exosuit? Okay. My own theory for Space G, but the leaks add that Zuko and Shimo have small appearances and the film is balanced screen time wise between Godzilla and Kong. That's what a lot of people are looking for. It's all a psyop by Warstu. Can't wait for the memes. Kong gonna pull a Bruce Willis and sacrifice himself to defeat Space Godzilla. Maybe aliens are secretly watching over Earth civilization. They grab a sample of Godzilla's DNA and create Space Godzilla. Just got home and finished Monarch. Oh, cool. Yeah, you don't gotta apologize for being late. Get here when you get here, man. You got your own life. You think it's a legendary take on Space Godzilla? Well, I mean, if the trademark thing is true, then it's essentially Space Godzilla. Chat sounds like kids just making up stuff. Well, they're quoting leaks, so it's not them making it up. They're just repeating what they've heard. I would love to see a Godzilla movie with what? Oh, the badass lead character like Rambo or Punisher, working with blue collar characters or other type of characters from first two Tremors movies. Jeez, you got a wild imagination, my friend. Makes you, man. Anybody know what that means? El Gran Dios del Mar. The new monster swimming in the ocean is Biolante. Well, we know it's not Biollante, but I did say earlier that when he first appeared, I got Biollante vibes because of his roar and kind of how he looked while he was on the ground, like on on the surface as opposed to when he's swimming. Make him man. Make him man. Where you going? You gonna lay down? You gonna lay down? Come here. Come here, make him man. It translates to the great god of the sea. Oh, Godzilla's not gonna like that. Who is the other kaiju who will fight Godzilla and Godzilla minus zero? Is that still a rumor, or did we get any confirmation of a second monster? Do you think Kong will fight Godzilla again? I don't think so this time. This time I think they have an understanding. It looks more like Biollante than Ion Dragon did Batra. That is true. It's only a rumor so far still? Okay. So we're not sure yet. I think you're more likely to get a Simmons cameo at this point than you are a Serizawa. Right now, it does take place before King of the Monsters. Technically, they should be in 2017 during the season. Did you see the photo of the live-action God of War, Kratos and Atreus? Looks like a Saturday Night Live skit or ChatGPT made. I know the actor who's playing Kratos. Ironically, he played Thor in the game. He also played, what was it? Beta in Walking Dead. Let me see. I didn't see the image though. Let me see. That doesn't look so bad. That doesn't look so bad. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, they won't let me take the picture. Let me see if. Let me see. Here it is. Let's see here. Pull it up so we can all look at it. Can I do a screen share? Will it? Wait. That doesn't look horrible. I've seen worse. It's hard to make it look like the game, man. Atreus looks fine. I don't see the problem with the way he looks. I will say, though, I am a little disappointed that they're starting off with the Norse gods and not the gods from Olympus, where it all started. I would have much preferred if they started there. Looks like the thumbnail for fake movies. I think the casting was a good choice, if I'm being honest. That dude's a big dude. He's fucking tall. But you gotta understand too, like in the game, they made Kratos like fucking I mean, his shoulder width and his whole body, even now, like it's just not real unless you get that guy from that plays Reacher. But he, for such a big dude, he sounds like a little girl. Let me tell you something, man. You know, like he just said, like this actor he has a deep voice. You know what I mean? Like he's got the voice for Kratos. He's big enough. He's definitely tall enough. The dude's like 6 something. No, I haven't played Helldivers 2. Who would I cast for young Kratos? Fuck, I can't even think about that. Young Kratos. You'd have to get somebody in his late 20s to early 30s, right? I don't know if there's many actors that are brolic like that at that age. Yeah, I don't know. Their release, did they drop a release date yet for the show? I hope Prime doesn't fuck this up. They cannot fuck this up. Batista's too old. Plus, he stopped taking roids now, so now he looks like a little bitch. No, I haven't watched Invincible yet. I only ever seen the first season and that was it. So I'm way behind. The John Wick game looks pretty good. I definitely think I'd play that. No, I think it was a good image. It looks like in terms of the gear, the way they did the makeup, I think he looks great. Are you gonna make your old streams public again? They're still unlisted. I could have sworn I relisted them. All right, I'll go check it out later or tomorrow. Anyone seen A Night of the Seven Kingdoms? I heard it's really good. No, I haven't even bought Resident Evil 9. What have I been playing lately? Well, I've been playing Star Sand Island. But let me go into my library. What have I been rocking lately? I don't think I've been playing games that much. And even when I play this one, I don't play it that often. And when I do, it's usually for like an hour or two. Some of the more recent games I played was Into the Dead, which is kind of like this War of Mine, but with zombies. So that one I liked a lot. Humanits was a game that I checked out. Mind Over Magic was a game I played like a month ago. That's really fun. Good game, Mind Over Magic. It's like a darker version of Harry Potter. Schedule 1. Those are some of the more recent games I've played. Well, the most recent God of War, I didn't download the side-scrolling one, no. Ragnarok obviously was the most recent one, but I'm looking forward to that remaster, whatever they're doing. I find it hard to believe it's remaking all 3 of them. That's a tall order. And they just started development. I've not even heard of Phasmophobia. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake, I played both of them. I think I even played them on stream a couple of times. Check out Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Yeah, I heard it's a very different it's not as doom and gloom as like Game of Thrones. Like I heard it's like an adventure show. Like it's very different. Like it's in the same universe, but it's not like all about politics and shit like that. Have I seen Predator? No, I have not seen Predator Badlands. I'm not. If I stumble upon it, I'll watch it. But otherwise, I'm not going to look for it to watch. I feel like they would need a big budget to do the Greek story of God of War. I don't think so. No bigger than probably what they're using now. I just don't know why they skipped ahead so far. Predator Badlands is awesome. My niece enjoyed it. Something tells me your niece and me have different flavors when it comes to Predator. All right, so Night of the Seven Kingdoms, I'll definitely check. What is it, like 8 episodes? Less? I feel like it came and went really fast. No, I haven't played Kaiju Simulator. I didn't even know it existed. I have Stellar Blade on my wish list, but I'm waiting for it to drop to a reasonable price. It's still being priced at $49 or $59, which I'm not paying that for. Once it goes down to like $20, I'll pick it up. 6 episodes? Okay. Predator Killer of Killers was better than Badlands. See? Yeah, Paramount did buy Warner Brothers. Thank God. Could you imagine if Netflix had landed Warner Brothers? Oh man, DC would have been fucked. It's bad enough the situation they're in now. Then to be owned by Netflix, every DC character would have been woke. You would have had gay Superman, easily had gay Superman. You would have had Batman running around in rainbow tights. It would have been a disaster. Yeah, it would have been bad. It's not true, Acno. When they showed the state of play, they said they just started development. Just started means they probably started late 2025, early 2026. Very low level Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. What do you mean? I still can't get behind many Predator movies after Predator 2. I mean, I'm okay with Alien versus Predator. I thought it was decent, but I swear American made games don't have as much attractive female characters. Korean and Japanese. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's been a big point of contention. That's why the new Fable game pivoted to making your own character. Once everybody, I mean, that bitch was ugly, man. I can't believe they had the nerve to roll that trailer out a couple of years ago, and they show that bitch like what the fuck are you doing? Who wants to play that? Lost Utopia Films is releasing Sub-Zero Terror on the 13th next month. I don't even know what that is. Well, Toho doesn't make the games. They sell the rights for developers to make the games, so inclusive Rob. Sophie Turner as Lara Croft. I like it. Sophie Turner is a big bitch. You need to convince viewers that Lara can do what she does. The only downfall is that her tits are tiny. But Sophie Turner is like 5'11". I mean, that's you want an action female, Sophie Turner, I think, is the one you go for. She's all height and legs. Big ass hips. Just trot her out there and she'll kick dudes' asses. She just doesn't have a rack. And, you know, Lara Croft is known for her rack. I'm sure they'll pad it a little bit. Who would I have to make a Godzilla game if it was up to me? CD Projekt Red. It's fan-made, found footage Godzilla series on YouTube. The creator makes his stories feel like a mix of Cloverfield and documentary. Oh, that's nice. Haley Atwell would have been amazing as Lara Croft. Shame she's wasted in a Netflix cartoon. Which Netflix cartoon is she in? Yeah, that's what I've heard, and that's what I've heard people like about it. Cyberpunk Company, why? Exactly, Cyberpunk, The Witcher. Look at the amazing games they make. For all the shit Cyberpunk went through with a horrible launch, it's one of the best games ever made. After they cleaned it up and they invested a couple of years into patches, fixing bugs, and then Phantom Liberty, Cyberpunk is easily one of the greatest games ever created. And it's the standard for graphical fidelity. Right now, it is the golden standard. If you want to reach a graphical fidelity where your game looks real and feels amazing and looks, very has a lot of clarity, it's Cyberpunk. Would they make it first person? I don't know. All I know is if I was Toho, I'd say, here, take this and do what you will with it. You have full autonomy. The way they make games, oof, I would love to see how they would do a Godzilla game. That Netflix Tomb Raider is terrible. I don't think I've ever seen it. They probably would make it an open world kaiju game. Skull Island Rise of Kong. That's in a whole league of their own. No, you want to talk about a game that's in a league of their own? The Lord of the Rings Gollum. If you can't reach those standards for any game, you're not trying hard enough. I wonder why they keep having 80-pound lady fight predators or monsters with almost no difficulty while Arnold and Danny Glover. I agree with you. I always harken back to when I saw what the Predator that Hulu came out with that, what's that girl's name? That she's also on Monarch Legacy of Monsters season 2. They haven't shown. I don't think they showed her yet. Mid Thunder something. Yeah, Prey. What's her name? I know it's something Mid Thunder. Yeah, Amber Mid Thunder. Yeah, so there's a scene where she's fighting the Predator, and he basically lifts her up by the throat and slams her to the ground. I don't know how her collarbone didn't break. Yeah, my son used to play Kaiju Universe. Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever get a good Godzilla game, unfortunately. What was the last one we got? The last major release Godzilla game we got was the one on the PS4, PS3, PS4. And that was just terrible. It didn't look bad. I didn't mind the graphics, but the gameplay was fucking utterly terrible. Yeah, if not his second daughter, then maybe somebody high up. At least Giga Bash was kind of fun, and they had both Godzilla and Gamera. Yeah, no, Giga Bash is a great game. It's just that I'm kind of tired of kaiju fighting games. It's like, ugh, somebody get more original, please. With the unfinished abomination for a game, aka Gollum. Yeah. Thoughts on who will be the other monster in Minus Zero? Everyone is speculating it's being King. Well, we got to get a monster confirmation first. Maybe we'll get a hint in the trailer. I'm sure the first trailer they'll drop a hint and nothing more, like some sort of shadow or a silhouette, and maybe we'll be able to figure it out. Yeah, if you try to buy the PS4 or PS3 version of Godzilla, you're gonna spend like $500. Yeah, everybody keeps saying it's Hedorah. I just don't know where people are getting this from. Like, I don't know where those rumors stem from. Is it like somebody posted on Reddit and then everybody runs with it? Guessing the trailer for Minus Zero release will come out around the same time as Minus One's trailer. Yeah, but Minus One didn't release here. Well, maybe. If it comes out in November, then you're looking sometime in the mid to late summer, maybe. Varan? Yeah, I don't know. The golden sky in the Minus Zero poster makes me think it's either. I don't think I've even seen the Minus Zero poster. Hold on now. Now I gotta check it out. Oh, you talk about this? Yeah. Pull this picture up. So this picture, I guess you're talking about. So because there's the sun peeking through the clouds, people think that's Ghidorah. It's just the sun peeking through the clouds. That's all it is. Or at least that's what it's supposed to be. This looks like Godzilla right here. Right above the zero, looks like Godzilla like looking down in some weird kind of form. Or maybe his tail. Maybe that's his tail. People acting like it's the Cloverfield poster where there's a hidden monster in the clouds. I saw it. It's a lion. It's huge. Yeah. Classic. Classic Cloverfield stuff. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll find out in a couple of months, right? God, people are just. It's amazing how some of these rumors start. A little poster and people just, oh, it's Ghidorah! Well, if that poster makes you think Ghidorah, then where the fuck are people getting Hedorah from? Simply because the director mentioned Hedorah in an interview 3 years ago? So he's got to be in the movie now? What if it's just another Godzilla solo film? Ghidorah does not work as a good guy. They tried it and it wasn't good. That's just not going to work for me, brother. There's just certain monsters that are better off being villains. Hedorah is now yellow. Yeah. Why are Godzilla fans so extra over a poster? As you can see, a Ghidorah head in the background, and it's yellow. It's got to be Ghidorah. Now, let me ask you this: How bad do you think the crash out will be if Space Godzilla is not in Supernova? How do you think people will react? Will you think Warstu will try to make a video saying he was in the movie but we missed it? Maybe he's flying across the ocean with a bunch of Muto in a scene that we somehow missed. Really bad. Warstu will be dead. What monsters do I want in minus? I wouldn't mind a new monster. I would love to see that happen. I don't want Space Godzilla, so I'd love to see the crash out. Yeah, I'm still not convinced that he's in it, despite that trademark thing. That's just, for me, not enough evidence. I think once we get the toys, and if we actually see him, then obviously, then we have our answer for sure. But a trademark is not enough for me. I'm not saying it's not a decent evidence, because when you combine that with like the Matthew Modine post and all that kind of shit, him posting Space Godzilla, then he had to remove it, or he removed it. So who knows? I can honestly see people claiming that they were lied to. I would so call those people out in a video real quick. I'd be like, motherfuckers, you weren't lied to. You've just been expecting this, and that's your problem. They never said they were going to do Space Godzilla. There was no promises made, and therefore no promises broken because there were no promises made. Oh, that's a good point, Enzuru. Oh, I'm sure the toys will leak. Yeah, they will. By the end of this year, we'll see the toys. Do I think Godzilla Minus Zero will be better than Supernova? I don't know. Got to see it first. I already know that the Toho stands already think it is, and they haven't seen either one yet. So, if you want that question answered, just go talk to a Toho stand, and you'll get your answer. Me, I got to see the movies first. It's just weird they're hiding Space Godzilla. We knew Scar King was the villain from the title reveal, and Ghidorah, Mothra, and Rodan were confirmed years before the movie wasn't ever made. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it might just, if it's not Space Godzilla, it's just another new monster. And that's fine. They've done a good job making their own monsters. Plus, for all we know, somebody could have trolled that Space Godzilla shit. How do we know it wasn't a troll? I mean, I saw the image. It's not that hard. I would think it's not that hard to make something like that. But people are sold on it. I mean, people were sold on Space Godzilla being in a movie before that trademark image. So, I mean, I kind of feel like if he's not in a movie, and people are already setting themselves up to be disappointed. Oh, that's a good point, Childish. That's true. That's true, Nico. When will there be a definitive Godzilla instead of Toho trying to catch up with Legendary? What do you mean, when will there be a definitive Godzilla? The definitive Godzilla is Toho's Godzilla. There's no question about that. Even though Legendary's, even though their CGI and special effects are better, and even though they've done an excellent job of creating their own version of Godzilla, Toho's will always be the definitive Godzilla. There's no question about that. You mean instead of two, just that's not gonna happen. You know how much money Toho's making right now off of Godzilla? Probably the most money they've made in years. So you think they mind having two? Hell no. If they got people running to the theater to see a Godzilla -1 or Godzilla -0, and if Toho is delivering on all the fun and roller coaster rides of a cheesy Godzilla movie, and both series are making money, why would they just stick to one? I just told you the real Godzilla is Toho's Godzilla. As much as I'm a legendary stan, Toho will always be Godzilla's home. That will always be the definitive Godzilla. Yeah, that's very true. Every movie ticket revenue in Japan when a MonsterVerse movie releases goes to Toho. Godzilla Boy anime? I did not hear about that. So Legendary is fake Godzilla? I mean, if you want to call it fake, I guess you could, but I would say Legendary's Godzilla is their own adaptation of the definitive Godzilla. But it's not fake, right? I mean, it's not real either. Godzilla is obviously a property. It's not a real monster, but no, if it was fake, it would go straight to DVD on the black market. Well, that's for now, Matthew. It'll be a matter of time before Toho starts dipping their feet back into versus movies that are a little bit more on the goofy side. Why is Toho so much better? In terms of what? Yeah, I think I heard in the next movie he's kind of back to normal. Like he doesn't have the pink plates anymore. The one thing I hate that's come from the -1 era is this whole America ruining Godzilla. These people act like Godzilla was always serious in Japan and only now got stupid. Yeah, those are more younger fans that are not in the know. They kind of stick with the more recent stuff. About a boy who uses the power of Godzilla to fight his opponents or something. Oh, I gotta check that out. Just because they invent Godzilla? It's not about being better. It's that they created Godzilla. So by that logic, it is the definitive Godzilla. And I mean, they had Godzilla -1, which was a better narrative than any legendary movie. But in terms of action and roller coaster ride and straight popcorn fun, Legendaries wins that by miles. But I mean, keep in mind, Toho's only made 2 movies in the last 10 years. They made Shin Gojira in 2016, and then they made -1. And now they're doing -0, which we have yet to see. USA just licensed Godzilla, but it's technically not Godzilla because it's not Toho. Don't hurt yourself. Okay, you're overcomplicating this. It is Legendary's adaptation of Godzilla. It is Godzilla. It's just their version. And to make their version and tell their version of stories with their version of Godzilla, they need Toho's permission. Why? Because Toho's Godzilla is the definitive Godzilla. So Godzilla can be many things. No, Godzilla cannot be many things. To say that would be to suggest that Godzilla can be a giant condom. He cannot. Don't hurt. I don't want you to get a nosebleed, okay? Just understand this. There's 2 Godzillas. One is the original from Toho, and the other one is the American version. Simple as that. All right? And don't troll either, because I know you're trolling. You're not that stupid. At least I hope you're not. Why is Godzilla multicultural? I don't know. Why do you have Hershey stains in your underwear? Like, seriously. Are we really doing this today? This is my first day back in 4 months. You got to do this to me? Especially after the day I had? Can we just not be dumb for like 5 minutes? Can we not troll for like the rest of the stream, please? We got 10 minutes left. I mean, come on. Can you just cut me some slack for this stream and not troll? Can we agree Gamera needs a film? Oh, I agree with that for sure. It's okay, Trooms. I still love you. Just, let me get back into it first before you start giving me a hard time. Don't remind Rob how much time he has left. It's too late. I keep an eye on the clock. I got to get up early tomorrow. I got to take Mason to his grooming. And then we got to do some food shopping. And then I want to be back in time to cook and watch wrestling with the kids. No, it's wrestling tomorrow. No stream tomorrow. Next Saturday. And then you'll probably see a couple of highlights from this stream go up on the channel. That's pretty much what I'm going to do for videos this week. Oh, I do remember hearing them both being in Battle Line, but I didn't know they had a tag team move. Whatever the fuck happened to the Gamera season 2? Are we not getting that now? Excuse me. Are we not getting a Gamera Rebirth season 2? Oh yeah, Iron Lung. Okay, yeah. Is that the one about the submarine that goes into a pool of blood on a planet? Yeah. I don't know. Godzilla lights up Gamera's hand like he did Kong's axe. Oh, cool. His hand? Why his hand? Why not the mana beam on his chest? That'd be dope. Yeah, I know he was in Giga Bash as well. Gamera Rebirth didn't do well on Netflix. This Acno Goji giving me information. I don't know if that's reliable enough. I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying what you're selling there, Acno. Yeah, I knew it was a game. That's why when he said the name, like every time I hear Iron Lung, I think about Method Man. That's why I'm like, wait a minute, I did hear about this movie, but it's not. What's it about? I forget. Yeah, and when he said Markiplier, I remembered. And yeah, I did hear it was a game. Yeah, I spoke about Monarch, and we spoke about both of them pretty extensively. You came back right in time for the end of the stream, man. Good on you. METHOD, man. METH. It's old school. Rob, did you ban Mike? Haven't seen him today. I hope you did. No, I didn't ban him. Mike likely doesn't know I'm streaming. I mean, he hasn't seen me. I haven't gone live in 4 months. I'm surprised we had the amount of people we had here today. We had at peak it's at 70 viewers, which is insane to me. So yeah, I'm sure he'll make it to the next one. I'm sorry, Steve. I hope you did. Yeah, he did. Actually, this to honor Mike. This
Mike.
See, there we go. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. I don't want to start killing you guys with my yawns because I am getting sleepy. I only got 4 hours of sleep last night, and I usually have to be at work at 7:30. So I had a long day. Plus that guy bitching at lunchtime just, oh God, that pissed me off. Just remember this, guys. If you're fat, never complain about food in any way, shape, or form. It just doesn't look good. It's not a good look. Get a load of this fat guy bitching about food. Take it from a fat guy, okay? We're not supposed to be bitching about food. It's the last thing we should bitch about. No political stuff. We got too much to talk about in terms of other things, you know. Plus, it, online is so oversaturated with politics. I'm done with it already. It's like, you know, I pay attention to what's going on. I know what's in the know, but I don't want to just. This is too much. You got to peel through so much shit online, and then you just see, you know. I just want to mention real quick, when you see what people like Candace Owens are doing, my assumption is everybody's just fucking grifting. You know, and it's not to say, and that's true, I guess, for everybody who does online stuff. But I mean, some of it's this pure grift, like what Candace does, and then obviously people, they got to put out content to continue making money. That's the problem I see when you try to make a career doing YouTube or stuff like that. Like, you always have to have content coming out, and sometimes depending on what the topic is or what the quality is, you can tell that people are stretching to try and just get something out. Because if you're a big channel, you're guaranteed to get however many viewers, right? So even if you don't go viral, you're meeting your quota. But I've seen a lot of videos that I'm like, why did I watch this? I'm like either I knew it already or it wasn't anything significant. And that's when you can tell people just putting shit out for the sake of putting it out. You know what I mean? But yeah, Candace Owens, I don't know what the fuck happened to her. You know, it's one thing to fall off the reservation. It's another thing to fall off the reservation, then run to a cliff and jump off. And that bitch has jumped off a cliff. She is out of her fucking mind. Like, seriously. Yeah, I heard about that. Jonathan Majors is going to do a movie with Daily Wire. Good for them. Heard we getting a Space G-Man. That's the word, but I'll believe it when I see it. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Listen, I appreciate you guys coming out, considering how long I was gone this stint. I was very surprised to see you guys come back, and I do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot to me. And hopefully things will stay calm for a while, you know? I think I've had enough struggle for the last 2 years. I want to have fun this year with the movies and stuff like that. I want to continue working on what I'm working on. And I'm going to tell you guys about it, but I want to have something to show you. Actually, I don't want to have to tell you. So once I have something to show, I'll share with you guys what I'm working on. And yeah, I just want to continue working and got to build back up. You know, I got a long way to go financially to get back to where we were a couple of years ago. It hurts, but you know, that's life. And but everything's good now. Me and my wife are working. The mortgage thing is settled. The refrigerator's full of food. The kids are fed. Dogs are fed. Everybody's doing good. Dogs are perfectly healthy. Mason's 170 pounds, by the way. 170 pounds, Mason. Can you believe that shit? Big boy. Big boy. But yeah, so we'll be back next Friday for sure. And we'll also do Saturday because there's no wrestling Saturday. And like I said, the first few videos this week are going to be highlights from the stream. So, you know, nothing you guys aren't aware of already. But it's also an opportunity for me to kind of test out the new editor, you know, before giving him a video topic that I recorded and stuff like that. Give him some stuff from the stream, let him cut it up and see how he can make it. And then we go from there. But yeah, he's a big boy. He is huge. The camera doesn't know justice. He is a big boy. So, all right, guys. You guys have a rest of a good night. Thank you so much for coming out. Like, seriously, it means a lot. It's very exciting to see that. And yeah, man, we'll be back. We'll be back. You know, don't worry. It's not going to be another 4 months before you see me again. We're going to be doing our thing on a regular basis. And I'll put out videos when I can. I don't want to promise anything. And if I decide to start up a UFO channel, I'll let you guys know. And if you want to come over there and check out the videos I do there, I'm going to keep it simple. Nothing really groundbreaking. And I'll be talking about all the latest topics and giving my opinions. That's really it. I just want to have a place to have dialogue. And that's it, you know. But you guys have a good rest of the weekend. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll catch up with you during the week. All right? All right, guys. Have a good night. And I'll talk to you all very soon. All right, take it easy.